What's up everyone? Mikey Bell here with Outdoor Adventure Training. Today we're bringing you a very fun and challenging stability ball routine. So we're gonna be using one of these big stability balls, Swiss balls, yoga balls, whatever you call it. These are amazing tools to utilize to help stabilize and engage our core, as well as you'll find some strength endurance through the legs, the quads, the hamstrings, and our upper body. If you've been loving our follow along YouTube workouts and you want to step up your fitness to the next level, check out our website at outdooradventuretraining.com. We have a bunch of different programs on there to help you perform at your best, whether you're a trail runner, a hiker, a backpacker, mountaineer, skier. We are here to help you perform at your best on your favorite outdoor adventures. Before we dive into today's routine, make sure you have a stability ball that is appropriate for your height. It might not seem that important, but it can really make a big difference on how effective the exercise is. That being said, whatever you have will probably work for today, but consider investing in a ball that's appropriate for your height. That's enough of me talking. We'll open the Outdoor Adventure Training app. We'll click on the stability ball routine. We got 11 different exercises, 60 seconds on, 20 seconds off. And unfortunately, the first minute is gonna be me talking more about the stability ball and some do's and don'ts and things to consider whenever utilizing this amazing tool. So we'll dive into that now. First, be very careful anytime you're using any kind of tool, especially a stability ball or a Bosu ball, where we're creating an unstable environment. Have plenty of room around you. Be careful not to have any sharp objects nearby. Have some mats, have a buddy to help you, especially with some of the balancing exercises. That is the most important thing about this routine. Next, the stability ball has a ton of benefits outside of the 11 different exercises we're gonna do today. I have gotten rid of chairs in my office and honestly most of my house and have replaced them with stability balls because this is an amazing way to have a more ergonomic seat. You're keeping your core engaged, you can really focus on your posture, and it's kind of fun to bounce around on. A few other things about the stability ball, they're very inexpensive. I got this one on Amazon, this Tri-Deer brand. I have several of these. They're amazing. They're $15 to $25, and I would highly encourage you to invest in one if you don't already have one. Just an amazing tool to have around. Okay, so 20-second rest. I'm tired of talking already. I'm gonna tone it down for the rest of the routine. I promise. We're starting with a low plank on the stability ball. Okay, so very simple. All we're doing, just forearm plank on the ball, okay? Starting a little early, I know. You all love that. So we're not trying to move here. In fact, we're trying to be static with this one. Up on the toes, focus on all the normal components of the low plank. Make sure you're not collapsing onto the ball, right? That's gonna make it easier. Make sure you're pushing away from the ball, really keeping that core engaged. Just warming up here. So we're gonna be somewhat alternating between core, legs, upper body, and just pure balance movements, which are my favorite. You should be getting a pretty good burn by the end of this one in just a short amount of time. Nice work. Okay, so next we're gonna be laying on the ground. If you have a mat, you might want it. I'm not gonna be using it today. We're gonna be doing a hip press, okay? So you're laying on your back, your legs are on top of the stability ball. And we want this between the heels and about mid-calf, okay? And you might need to walk it in more depending on what size ball you're working with. But I'm starting with my hips all the way up. My toes are pointed straight up, and I'm keeping this, maintaining this straight line from my shoulders to my knees, and pressing those hips all the way up before coming back down. A lot of glute and hamstring, especially activation on this exercise. Get those hips up high, that's what it's all about. Notice I'm not hinging at the hips when I come down. I'm keeping those glutes engaged. Down slow, letting it out slow. That eccentric phase is where it's at. those hips up. We're still keeping the core very much engaged. Oh, nice work. Coming out of that, we got our first balancing pose. So this is just a tabletop balance, which some of you might find easy, some of you might find very difficult. Either way, there's always a lot to work on. So just a tabletop, hands and knees. Like get my palms on here, I'm square. I love the lines on the ball because I can make sure I'm in good alignment. Simply picking the feet up off the ground. You might just find that you rock right back. There's a bit of commitment here of putting enough weight in the hands, keeping those feet up, and we're just holding statically in this tabletop position. If you're falling off the ball, no worries. Just please put your foot down before you fall on your face. Protect the money maker. So I've been doing this for a while, so honestly, this isn't too bad for me. So what I might do is do a little bit of dynamic movement. So try to roll in a bit of a circle, right? Just challenging the core in a different way. I've always found this style of core workout to be far more effective than crunches or sit-ups. All those can be beneficial. This is far better, especially for outdoor athletes who are using their whole body all the time. Okay, quick rest, and we're gonna be doing some stability ball knee-ins. These are harder, and this is gonna get progressively more difficult as we go through the workout in general. So we're gonna be in a high plank on the ground with our feet on the stability ball, just like this. So this can be tricky for folks to get into, but really just get that one foot up there, and then in one quick movement, I'm getting both feet up. And you're gonna need to play with where you want here, where you want your feet, but my toes are on the ball all the way up to my mid shin. Hips up, rolling those knees into the chest. A lot of core engagement, quad activation, but it should feel pretty good. Definitely some upper body work required. Not an easy movement by any means. Really try to roll those knees into the chest. Notice my upper back. My entire spine really is not moving a ton. Staying locked. Hang in there, team. Oh, finish it. Nice work. Okay, next we got a stability ball pass. I love this exercise. You're gonna be laying on your back. Enjoy the short rest while you got it. And essentially we're just gonna be passing the ball from the feet to the hands. Okay, this takes a little bit of coordination. So core engaged, really working on keeping that lumbar spine down, passing the ball to the hands, full extension, back up to center, passing the ball in between the legs, full extension. Don't let that ball touch the ground. Let it hover. Full extension. This one will really get the lower abdominals, and you might find a little adductor engagement. Squeezing that ball in. Full extension. Back to center. Notice it's just from my shoulders up to my fingers and my hips down to my feet. Those are the only things that are moving. My spine is pretty much staying the same. A few more. Oh, nice work, team. That's a hard one. We'll follow that up with a slightly easier one. This is the elevated glute bridge. Alrighty. So, all we're doing here, and this one should feel pretty good, but just want to give you some diversity on what you could do with the stability ball. So I'm starting in this hip hinge position and squeezing the glutes and hamstrings, coming up to center. So when I'm at the top position here, my head, neck, and shoulders are all supported by the ball. This is one where the size of the ball really is important, that it's proportional to your body. Too small of a ball, you're not gonna get as good of range of motion. Dropping those hips down. Squeezing those glutes. If this is way too easy, you could certainly grab a weight, a barbell, put some plates on your lap, anything to increase the resistance. Squeeze those glutes. Especially after the hip press earlier on, you're probably feeling this. And of course, core is still engaged. Nice work. Okay, we got our next balancing pose. This one's fun. If you struggled with the tabletop, stick to the tabletop. If not, we're gonna experiment with removing the hands and kneeling balance. Same thing. I'm gonna start in my tabletop position, and then I'm gonna slowly roll the ball forward, okay? So you might just be right here. And then eventually we wanna remove the hands. I'm trying to get up to this kneeling position. Lots of core engagement going on here, team. And again, start statically. If you're next to a wall, amazing way to slowly cheat and ease away from that wall. And I've been doing this for a while, pretty comfortable in this position. Honestly, sometimes I'll work like this with my sit-stand desk. You probably think I'm crazy, or not. That's fine. And you could certainly practice by kneeling, more so on your heels. However, you should also start to feel this going in your quads a little. And I'm getting a little bit more dynamic with it. This is intentional. Trying to get that core engaged. A little bit longer. Hang in there. If you're falling off, it's okay. Hopefully it's not a big tumble. Please be careful. Nice work. Short rest. We're going back to a plank. We're gonna mix it up, make it a little bit more dynamic. I want you to be writing words, whether it's your name, the name of your favorite mountain, something that has some meaning to you to keep you motivated for this 60-second set. And then we got one more tough core exercise after that. Alrighty, so low plank again. Let's start with Mount Shasta, okay? So keeping the plank loaded, I'm gonna make a big M with my arms, big circle for the O, U, and I'm writing in big, bold, all caps letters here, N, T. The real key is to keep your hips locked. S, I love the S's, and Shasta's got two of them. H, A, another big, bold S. Oh, that might have been a double S. I'm not even sure what I did there. A T, one more A, and then let's just work a few circles for good measure at the end here. Keeping that core engaged, keep those hips down. Oh, nice work. Woo! Those are tough. If that's too much, just hold the regular plank. It's all good. We got pikes next. So we're starting in that same knee-in position. We're not bending the knees. We're trying to get those hips up high. I'm gonna do my best. These are tough. Okay, so high plank again, just like in the knee-in. Okay, and you might need to walk your toes in a little bit more for this one. And without bending the knees, trying to get those hips over my head. I know they're not. Oh, but as close as I can get. Oh yeah, these are hard. Really make sure on the way down, I'm not sagging my lower back, right? Keeping that plank. If this is too much, just hold the plank. Or go back to the knee-ins. A few more, come on. Oh, one more, two more. Last one. Oh, nice work. Whoo! Unfortunately, somehow, some ridiculous trainer paired these last two exercises together. We're doing a stability ball push-up. This could be tough. So if you struggle with push-ups, I might recommend doing them on the ball like this. We'll do a few like that and then we'll transition to the other way. So I'm over the ball big time. My hands are out wide, sinking into the push-up. pushing away. Excellent pec engagement, tricep engagement, strengthening the shoulders and the upper back. If you're a real savage, the best way to do these, or my favorite way anyway, is feet on the ball, okay? You can be on your toes. We'll make it harder like this. Just working regular push-ups. The more of your leg that's on the ball, the easier these will be. Try to get your face all the way down there. Keeping integrity through the core. Couple more, come on. Oh, nice work. I'm sweating. Okay, this last one, we're going back to the tabletop, but we're gonna get more dynamic. We're gonna start removing some limbs, not physically, just from the ball. Don't worry. Okay, tabletop position. If you're still struggling with this one, just hold the tabletop. All right, we're gonna try to remove one arm first. I'm gonna shade one hand in towards the center. Right arm up, doesn't need to be perfect. Really good core engagement. I could probably hold this for the whole time, but we're gonna keep switching just so you see more of what's possible. Replacing that hand, pretty much in a tripod position here. Removing that left hand, this side's always been harder for me. Nice, okay. We're gonna try one leg now. So we're gonna do that same triangular tripod shape. Knee is on the ball, hands are up. Getting that knee up, and I'm gonna just try to go one leg here. Glute engagement. Try to stay over the ball. A few seconds on the other side just so you see the difference here. Rolling forward. Get that glute engaged, hip up. Oh, nice work. Hopefully that felt fairly hard. That's not a lot of easy movements in there, but an amazing way to help strengthen your core and improve your overall stability. Hopefully you enjoyed this short and challenging, but also pretty fun and entertaining routine. The stability ball is an amazing way to mix it up. We were just scratching the surface with these 11 exercises. There's variations of all of those, and just a really amazing tool to utilize in your workouts and in your day-to-day life. Ditch your chair, get a stability ball, get yourself a standing desk. Your body's gonna thank you for it. If you're loving our content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends. Once again, my name is Mikey Bell, and we'll see you next time here at Outdoor Adventure Training.